It's 6:43 p.m. Thursday's evening. We had a really good range day today. Market moved a lot. Checking daily candle. Well, it was just up and down whole day and it just closed in the middle. That's why it's like that. Let's visit 1 minute. So I was up for London, but the uh, what's hanging? The volatility was killing it. There was nothing there. I was struggling, then I just gave up on London. But there was a setup around 5, I'll say. Like it comes below end dog and retested and just continues lower to Wednesday's first presented fair value gap here. Also taking this yesterday's afternoon low. Then it climbs a bit higher to Tuesday's first presented fair value gap, doing its usual manipulation before opening, taking sell side, these lows, these lows. I mean, it's not I couldn't find setup there. I was just not present because once those highs are swept, those relative equal highs, not this, but this indeed, it came down, climbed up, ejected that fair value gap, then gave a shift in market structure. 50% of that could have been an entry to actually to these lows. I would say the top of Wednesday's 57 handles, not too bad, but that would be a low probability as it's before opening, and opening could send it anywhere. It's not certain. Then market opens, we had a premium gap, it fills it up completely. I did not mark it here, but it looks like I have marked it on my notepad. 970. So the opening price 786 was the low of it, and the high was 970 around here. It just climbs up. Then around macro 950 to 1010, we had a good setup there. It just takes the buy side, retest the top of it, and also Tuesday's first presented fair value gap, climbs higher, retraces to this fair value gap. It's a macro time, so it's gotta go somewhere. So where does it go? Higher. We had two end dogs higher to initial London's buy side. It was too clean actually. I was hoping London gonna take it, but it didn't. Even after midnight open, it did not sweep the high. It just left it untouched. So it took initial London buy side here, and I was hoping it's gonna go to this buy side, but it was lunch time, and during lunch it usually retraces most of the time. So I was just checking all those fair value gaps that were respected to send the price higher. I wanted to see if they can send it lower. So once the market rollovers, it turns inverse here. It again rolls down, retest end dog, rolls down to this order block perfectly. Maybe just one tick less, but it just completely fills it up, climbs higher to again to the inverse fair value gap. Body's closing below it, so we're still confident. This week end dog just just eating stop losses, that's it. Even this fair value gap turns inverse here, body's staying below it. This breaker this order block becomes a breaker eventually. It continues lower to Monday's March 17th. Then around 1:30 I was back here. It climbed higher to OTE, to this fair value gap, went down lower. I was waiting for any fair value gap, and I got this, and I was waiting for it to retest it and then continue lower, but it did not. So I just waited. It climbed higher. Into this again. I took a trade there. I cut it exactly at the low of Thursday's first presented fair value gap. That was perfect. Then it started retracing. We got a market structure shift here. So actually around the closing, after one side sell side is taken in afternoon, it's gotta go for the other side. We see a market structure shift here, still making higher lows. We got a fair value gap here. Stop must be below it. It respects it, the bodies. Stop is still below it, and takes out minor buy side, eventually reaching for Monday's first presented fair value gap. That was very perfect. Very, very perfect. Even ES was following the same trend.